Hello and welcome to our podcast on organizational behavior or OB. My name is Sean Jones and I'll be guiding you through today's discussion. Whether you're an aspiring manager, employee, or just curious about how workplaces tick, this podcast is for you. Today, we'll explore how OB concepts shape the way people experience work and why understanding these ideas is essential for both individuals and organizations. By the end of this episode, you'll see how OB or organizational behavior rather can improve performance, satisfaction, and teamwork in any workplace. So we'll cover four main areas, which are what number one is what organizational behavior is and why it matters. Number two, how motivation theories influence job attitudes and behavior. The role of perception, that's number three. The role of perception in decision making. Number four, the importance of person job and person organization fit. Let's dive in. So, topic one. What is organizational behavior and why does it really matter? Organizational behavior is the study of how people think, feel, and act within organizational settings. It examines individuals' behavior, group dynamics, and organizational processes with the goal of improving both workplace performance and employee well-being. OP matters because organizations are ultimately made up of people. No matter how advanced the technology or strategy, success largely depends on how effectively employees work together. So, by understanding OP, managers gain insights into motivation, leadership, teamwork, communication, as well as organizational culture. These insights help organizations tackle workplace challenges and create positive, productive environments. For example, companies that actively apply organizational behavior principles often enjoy higher employee engagement, lower turnover, and stronger innovation. Take Google as an example. They prioritize open communication, psychological safety, and employee well-being. Practices rooted deep in organizational behavior research. This approach has fostered collaboration and innovation, leading to greater organizational performance. In short, OB or organizational behavior equips managers and employees with the tools to understand behavior, predict outcomes, and influence workplace dynamics in ways that drive success. By integrating OB principles, organizations can create environments where both employees and the business thrive.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Motivation at Work. I'm Jessica Fletcher. Today, we're going to look at how motivation theories influence the way employees behave and perform at work. Understanding what drives people can help managers create workplaces where employees, are more engaged, productive, and satisfied. Let's start with Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Maslow suggested that people have different levels of needs, starting from basic things like income and safety, up to social connection, recognition, and personal growth. For example, an employee might do their job adequately if the basic needs are met, but they'll go the extra mile when they feel valued or given opportunities to improve their skills. Meeting these needs can make a big difference in motivation and performance. Next, we have Heisberg's two factor theory. Heisberg explained that some factors called hygiene factors prevent dissatisfaction. These include fair pay and safe working conditions, but it's the motivators like achievement, responsibility, and recognition that encourage employees to perform and at their best. For instance, recognizing employees for their accomplishments can make them more committed, innovative, and willing to take initiative. Another useful approach is, I'm sorry, another useful approach is McLellan's theory, which focuses on achievement, affiliation, and power. Employees motivated by achievement enjoy challenging tasks. Those motivated by affiliation prefer to work, and those motivated by power seek leadership opportunities. Managers can use this understanding to assign tasks that match each employee's motivation, which leads to higher performance and greater job satisfaction. And we come to the conclusion where, in summary, motivation theories help us understand why employees behave the way they do and how to improve their performance. By identifying and responding to employees' needs and personal motivators, organizations can create positive, productive, and engaging workplaces. Thank you for listening to Motivation at Work. Remember, knowing what drives you, Tim, is the key to building a higher performing and happy workforce. Thank you.
Hi, today we'll be covering the influence of perception on individuals' decision making and judgment in the workplace. The title and introduction tells us about the perception, which is the process of interpreting reality, where decisions are based on perceptions, not facts, critical for HR, human resources, management in full, and workplace effectiveness. Perception shapes how we see reality in the workplace. Decisions are often driven more by how people perceive situations than by objective facts. This makes perception a key element in human resources management. Today we'll be looking at the four key areas of perception, which the first one covers the concept of perception in the workplace. The second, perceptual biases in decision making. Bounded rationality, which was cited by Herbert Simon in 1947, and the perceptions of fairness and organizational justice. We'll cover four main areas: how perception works, common biases, Simon's theory of bounded rationality, and how fairness perceptions shape workplace outcomes. In concept of perception, employees interpret reality differently, influences motivation, teamwork, and satisfaction. For example, feedback may be seen as constructive or critical. Perception is subjective. Two employees receiving the same feedback may react differently depending on how they interpret it. This impacts workplace relationships and performance. Second, perceptual biases. Selective perception. Notice only confirming evidence. Stereotyping, which refers to generalizing traits to groups. Attribution errors, misjudging causes of behavior. Biases distort judgment. Selective perception filters information. Stereotyping leads to unfair decisions. And attribution errors cause managers to blame people unfairly. 3. For bounded rationality, Herbert Simon quoted that people can make fully rational decisions. Instead, they satisfy, choose good enough options. Time and resource limits affect workplace decisions. Herbert Simon explained that humans don't optimize decisions but satisfy. meaning they settle for acceptable solutions under constraint. This shows why perception shortcuts matter. And lastly, perceptions of fairness, organizational justice, fairness in outcomes, processes, and communication, fairness perception, higher trust, motivation, commitment, unfairness, turnover conflict, and low morale. Fairness is about perception as much as fact. Employees who perceive fairness are more loyal and productive. When fairness is absent, trust breaks down. In conclusion to this, perception is the key driver of workplace decisions. Biases and bounded rationality shape judgments. Fairness perception influences trust and performance, and human resources must promote transparency and equity. In conclusion, perception is not just psychological, it directly impacts workplace effectiveness. HR must be mindful of biases and fairness to improve decision making and organizational outcomes.
Hello everyone, my name is Kweteban Alividiwe and I'll be discussing the importance and effect of linking individuals in the workplace, which is topic 4. So here we're going to be focusing on person job fit and person organization fit. Before we go to the definitions of person job fit and person organization fit, I would like us to start with understanding why it is important to align individuals with their roles in the modern workplace. So the main aim of this thing is to just, achieve high performance, job satisfaction, and overall organizational success. So managers who can recognize and maintain the right fit, it can be either person job or person organization, will shape important organizational outcomes, including motivation of employees, conflict levels, and productivity. So we are moving to the definitions of person job fit and person organization fit. So person job fit refers to the skill-based job-related compatibility, which includes compatibility of skills, knowledge, and abilities to do the job. And person organization fit, on the other hand, describes the match between an individual's values, beliefs, personality, and those of the organization. So, an example of person organization fit can be employees who are more likely to be committed, engaged, and satisfied with their job when they identify with the organizational's values and norms. So, an employee who cherishes teamwork, for example, will naturally be well suited to an organization that places a premium on the output of the collaboration. So, person organization fit is one of the major predictors of identifying existence of commitment among employees in an organization, employee turnover rate, and also job satisfaction as a whole. And then going back to person job fit, and a great example would be a software developer with great code abilities and exposure to skill set in a job. So you should realize that a specific programming language would be well same suited to execute those thingies, and this alignment not only increases job performance but also includes success of his or her skills and creating transfer employee confidence or motivation. So now we're going to be moving to the organizational impact, where we're going to try and find out how person job and person organization fit affect the organization. So, firstly, I would like us to understand that person job and person or organization fit have an influence on organizational outcomes, meaning employees who have a good fit with both their job and organization tend to be motivated, productive, and engaged with their work. And on the other hand, a bad fit can result in lower job motivation levels, clashes, and also a high staff turnover. So now we are moving to perception and motivation, where we'll be trying to understand how these two concepts, which are person job fit and person organization fit, affect organizational perception and also motivation. So firstly, I would like us to start with the expectancy theory of motivation, which says that an employee finds motivation in his work if he makes an effort to work and believes it will be rewarded in an appropriate time. So, if employees feel well matched, and they are more likely to perceive that making effort will be acknowledged and compensated, which enhances their motivation and job satisfaction. So, an employee whose job and organization is a good fit will have an enhanced self-esteem, resulting in motivation and job satisfaction. And on the other hand, a bad fit or an individual with a bad fit can crash or can have a low self-esteem, leading to a decreased motivation and performance. So now we're going to go through some practices that organization can follow up to ensure that there is an optimal fit. Firstly, they can try to use job analysis, where they will perform a detailed job analysis of each role to determine the critical skills needed. Another one, we have culture assessment, where they will try to understand the culture and value of the organization so that they can, recruit the right kind of employees who will be a cultural fit to thrive. The third practice might be selection processes, where they apply person, job, and person organization fit assessment methods, such as behavioral interviews or personality assessments. So lastly, they can do training and development, where there will be like training and development opportunities to improve their skills and knowledge in order to better fit the role required. So to wrap this whole thing up, or in conclusion, linking the people in an organization with person job and person organization fit is determined of how much individual needs are concurrently met collectively for truly effective ways to achieve success. So when this is done effectively, organizations can help people to experience a sense of fulfillment and happiness in their work environment by improving the levels of intrinsic and extrinsic job fit, which in turn boosts motivation, job satisfaction, productivity, and also reduces conflict and turnover.